I try to make a buy when it drops. Never walk away when it's bearish. When I like a crypto, it's clear. I'm in it till it 100x's. Welcome people to a new episode of the Suppoman Show, here live from the Church of Suppotology with your Sunday mass of crypto. Here with me, the superhero of cryptocurrency, the Suppoman. In today's episode, I am going to be giving you my pearls of wisdom. How exactly I do it. How have I been doing it for the last 4 years to enable me to be about 700,000% up on my initial investment in cryptocurrency. How do I do it? How have I done it? And how can you do it? I am going to be enlightening you on what has worked for me, and hopefully it will work for you. If you resonate with what I tell you, then it should work for you. Now I'm going to be looking at the best dip opportunities today that will take you from major dip to 100x for quality cryptocurrencies. So if you're excited by that, make sure that you smash the likes up with a passion, with an absolute vengeance. Also make sure that if you want to be part of Team Suppo, if you want to be seeing my videos, seeing the best of what I've got to offer with my experienced eye in cryptocurrency, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to ensure that you do not miss out on the best coins I talk about live, then hit the bell notification so you can be here for live videos and see a coin live when I am talking about it. So Mexico, so we have got people in the house already, which is always a positive and, in my personal opinion, very warming and wonderful sign. So I am now going to share this to the Twitter sphere to make sure that everybody is aware the Suppoman's on. So 1 click, 2 clicks, done. That was quick. Done and dusted. Right, okay. So, people, let's have a look and see who we have got in the house today. So, first comment is Christian. Christian, good to see you. Saeed, Jimmy, Harley, Marco, 24 Reality, Roberto London, Mivek, Patrick, Mbatavirus, Blair, Abdul, T. Tory, Tommy, RR, Draz, Johnny Bacco, J. Steves, Glyn Burt, USA Local SEO, Jolly Roger, James, Sean, Kimbo, Lindsay, Britcoin, Christian, Jacqueline, Tanya, Zach, Scuderio, Monica, Can a Startup, Dion Sawyers, Secondhand Sandwich, Dan, Violet, Adrian, James, great to see you, Ridiculously Rawthentic, Crypto Tutorials for Beginners, Felipe, Osmo, Jimmy, Damien. Look at all you lot. Jason, Marvin, Eliza, Charles, Ezzy, Raul, Allah, Solaris. Okay, a lot of you. Marvin, great to see you guys. Bitcoin Hole Coiner, Jigadon, tons of you. I'm so delighted to see you. Hey Mike, been following you for the past 3 to 4 years, but first live stream I've ever managed to catch from the Funk Soul Brother. Great to see. I'm glad you could be here today. Maybe it's a sign you were supposed to see this. Maybe it is the law of attraction guiding you to my stream at the exact right time. Save us all, Suppo, from Lucian. Right, okay, so people, if you have been watching today, like I have been watching today, then you will have seen that the Bitcoin price and therefore the market has essentially taken an enormous bath. So you will see that the price of Bitcoin has been going up pretty much all month. And it then found some resistance, went underneath this, what was support line, and then just tanked right through loads of support lines. Tanked right through them. Now, I always thought that this was inevitable because I have already taken you through the CME futures. So for those of you that have been in cryptocurrency for a while, you will know the CME gap basically always gets filled, right? And the last, kind of 2 weeks have not really been filled. Well, this one got filled, but this one did not get filled. essentially. So what happens is the price has to dip below the bottom set of bars here for it to fill the gap. And essentially this one had not been filled, and this one, which was all the way down at 54,000, had not been filled. So essentially what happens is on the CME Futures Exchange, which is where Bitcoin could be traded on the normal real stock exchange, normally what happens is there is a gap between Friday close of trading and Monday start of trading. And so typically that gap is pretty much always filled. Pretty much 99% of the time, except for maybe a gap that exists somewhere in the $5,000 range. It always gets filled. Now, I thought it was inevitable. This is why I held off. You know, when I said to you not long ago, when I said, you know, if labs keeps going up, I am not going to get into it. I think there's going to be a dip opportunity. I maintain that because tomorrow when it opens up, if it opened up at the current price, it would still not fill that gap. So I don't actually think we are done yet, and I hope we're not done, because essentially the gap does need to be filled. Otherwise, it's always going to be there looming as a threat. But currently we stand at $55,000, considering that we have hit, on the lowest end, $51,000. We are in a massive recovery at the moment. So what does that mean for altcoin season? Well, essentially what it means is that it is still pretty much as it was. 96, which is just 4 points off, 100%. And in the last 2 years, it has not even touched where we are now. We are literally in the most successful run of altcoins being able to exceed the gains of Bitcoin. All right, so it's pretty much almost like an entire market of altcoins outperforming Bitcoin at the moment. However, what does that actually mean for a lot of the altcoins? Well, actually, it has meant today disaster in a lot of ways. God, Nano's $12. Get in. So some big heavy losses today, and this is just in the top 100. This is not even considering, you know, what has gone down in the wider, 9,000 cryptocurrencies that exist. So we have got some heavy losses today, but having seen that, some of these prices are still insane. Like Dash is over $300. Let's have a look and see what's doing quite well today. So Nano, which is a scarcely believable $12. That is marvelous. Dogecoin is heavily traded in times when the altcoin season is starting, or at least in full swing. Dogecoin is very, very popular to trade, as I know. I don't do it anymore. I don't trade anymore, and B, I just don't invest in coins that I don't give a rat's ass about, and Dogecoin is one of them. Solana near $30, people. Solana near $30. And I remember when people were moaning, Suppo, it's gone down below $2. You said it would go up. And now look at it. All right, so. And also Neo. Neo has been near $100 despite a lot of bearishness, despite the fact that pretty much most cryptocurrencies are in red today. Neo near $100, which, again, I brought you at around about $11. I remember back in November when I was saying about the launch of Neo 3.0, and I said that this was going to go back into the 3-figure range, and it is on that trajectory, and it is going to more than exceed that. Right, we've got some super chats, which I don't personally see. Now, what I will say to you people, because I have to admit that it's disappointing, but it has to be addressed, okay? So I get a lot of people at the moment saying, oh, Superman, you said this would go up and it's going down. And all this nonsense, right? Oh, I'm wrecked on this, I'm wrecked on that. It's just so, it's like, it's disappointing. Like, I don't mind people feeling it, because obviously people have emotions and people are human. And people do feel disappointed when they see something that maybe they saw promise in, or saw that I saw promise in it, invest in something, and then it goes down. But everything is going down, right? Like, save for some exceptions, most things go down and follow Bitcoin because there is a relative degree of a lack of health in the market when Bitcoin takes a turn for the worse. It's almost like Bitcoin is the body. It kind of feels sick. It feels like it's more going to get worse before it gets better. And then the altcoins is essentially all the limbs connected to the body, right? So that's why it kind of drags everything else down, save for a few parts of the body that doesn't get affected at all. Like the fingers. Like if you are feeling, you know, like you've got a stomach bug, then really it's the stomach, the throat, and some parts of you that may ache or feel bad. But then the fingers are fine. They work normal. You know, and perhaps the eyes are still fine. So there are exceptions, but the relative lack of health takes everything else down. But it's very disappointing when I see this, and I'm going to tell you for why in this video when I give you my pearls of wisdom. So, Lisa Marie, are you delighted to see me too? I just got here. I'm at the beach. Oh, good to see you, Lisa, and I'm glad that you are watching from the beach. Can you take a look at polkadot? It's under $3 million. Is it already out? Okay, I will take a look at that. Somehow I've lost my notebook, so I'm going to have to use a different book today. So I'm going to make sure that I look at polkadot, because I am personally interested in that one. Polkadot. I'll just do it now, because it doesn't seem like my pen is working. So, you know, there we are. It wasn't meant to work, people. It wasn't meant to work. Right, so name is out under 3 million. Apparently, anyway. So when did this come out? Because I'm pretty sure this is very, very new. So this came out 17th. So that was, what, yesterday, wasn't it? So this spiked up, first of all, to 456, and now it has essentially lost nearly half of its value. And it has gone down to 227 today. So let me just have, first of all, does it give me metrics on here? Let me have a look. I'm pretty much of the opinion that I'm going to have to do this manually, because CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko appear to be very, very slow and just incompetent these days. Now, polkadot, without even properly looking at it, without going to the website or anything like that, I can already tell you that this is not going to be as easy to make 100x as other cryptocurrencies. Because it's a very specific niche, domains, you know. It's kind of NFT, I suppose. But it's a very specific element that, unless people see that this has game-changing potential, it's not going to go up dramatically, you know. And there are already some domains. There's Unstoppable Domains. There is Butterfly Protocol. So they are competing in a market, though all not very competitive. It's still within an area that isn't, you know, full of liquidity. You know, it takes a while for these to actually do well. So let me just have a look and see what the circulating supply is. So, okay, that isn't useful. Let's have a look in here, see if I can find it in here. $940,000. Okay, geez, that is very low then. Let's have a look. A 2.4 mil. Okay. Let me have a look and see if there's any. So they've got Spark Digital, LinkPad. Let me see if I can look on the Whale app and see if I can find it here. Now, I personally like the area of domains, but that's because I have personal experience within it, because I own my own domains. I own Suppoman.com, I own michaelsuppo.com, I own a few other domains, webinar.me and things like that. So I have a personal interest in this, and what I like, in my personal opinion, what I like, it's not actually on, it is not on the Whale app. So what I personally don't like about the domain name centralized system that we've got at the moment is you are essentially paying money to lease the name, the website name. So Suppoman.com, I don't own it as such. I own it for a specific amount of time. So 1 year to 5 years. But I don't own it forever, right? So that means that if for whatever reason, I don't pay in time or I don't get the notification, my website, therefore, can become somebody else's property. Now, I may have put a whole website on there, on Suppoman.com, but somebody has Suppoman.com ownership for the lease period, which means my website has to go somewhere to a new home that people don't know where to find it because they're associated with Suppoman.com, which there's nothing on at the moment. But, and as a result of that, we need I suppose we need a solution where we can own it outright. It's ours, it's ours, and we can own a decent one as well. With a lot of these domain websites, you can also get your own domains. So connect to a domain specific to you. Take ownership of your digital identity and assets. We are the decentralized, privacy-preserving blockchain DNS and NFT marketplace built on polkadot. So, in a word, domains are NFTs. When you own a specific name, particularly if something's got value, then that is an NFT, which can be sold because it's unique. There's only a one-off of that name. Okay, so let's say they've got their own, extension. So let's say it's .polka or something like that, just for the sake of argument. If I had, let's say, Facebook.polka, like Facebook may want to buy that from me, because I've been opportunistic, and I'm like, right, okay, well, I know that they are going to want that, just in case they want to have a crypto or polkadot domain, related domain name. So they're going to want to buy that from me, so that's got value. Or similarly, I buy something like, defi.polka. And somebody wants that because that is a wicked name. That becomes an NFT, and that carries a huge amount of value. Because a lot of domains have value, like business.com, sex.com, all these, they are worth tens of millions of dollars. Because having the .com essentially means you own that brand. Because the .com is the highest extension you can have. It's got the most power as far as Google and other search engines are concerned. So on a personal level, I like this. And it doesn't look as if they've got bad VCs. But I don't know who else they have. So, because they're not on the whale app. So let me just have a look and see if I can find any more VCs. Because I do actually really like this, I'm going to be honest with you. Just like I like Butterfly Protocol. And let's have a look and see how Butterfly Protocol is doing. See, why I particularly like this shout is because it's just come out, and it's come out just like Convergence came out. It came out when nobody gave a shite about investing in coins because everybody's full of fear. Butterfly Protocol, is that really the market cap? 5 million. Okay, so in essence, domain names have not done, domain name cryptocurrencies has not done very well. However, this could have its time. Because at the end of the day, what Polkadot are doing is they are creating Web 3.0, which is a new internet. So these domain names will have a part in that narrative, because at the end of the day, domains form the internet. So anyway, yeah, so I probably need to look into this a little bit more to see what other venture capitalists are in it. But I want to just very quickly remark on one thing I've just said, and that is personal interest and experience of this pain point. Okay, so I have a personal experience of the pain involved in domain ownership. Right, so that means that for me there's a personal connection. I am interested in this, which means that I am able to hold. Now, really, I tend to go for cryptocurrencies, not that I just have a personal interest in, but that I see the potential in making a whole heap of money down the line. But I just wanted to call your attention to that very bit of important information there. Mbatter Virus, did you see the F1 race? If so, who are you going for? This may sound like a cop-out answer. It isn't. But my favourite racing driver at the moment is actually Lewis Hamilton. So I do like him. But he has won 7 world championships. So I'd be quite happy with Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Lance Stroll, because he looks just like Harry. Harry is a dead ringer for Lance Stroll. So, but yeah, I do like Formula 1. Yeah, I really do. Hey Suppoman, Finminity now has tier models ready and got their first IDO, is said to be at 10. Gold tiers are said to have 5k USD allocations. Can you check it out? Let me have a look and see how Finminity are doing. I bet this is over $10 now, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. Okay, so this is only $8, and I think that what has interrupted its ability to go to $10 is the fact of this dip with Bitcoin. Like, it sounds as if these guys certainly sound as if they have gotten their butts into gear. They're trying to capitalize on their initial interest that has gone into it, and release information ASAP. These launch pads at the moment, I mean, there has been a relative degree of upset and disappointment in these launch pads as far as allocation is concerned. The allocation versus the amount it cost to have that allocation. When you buy 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 to essentially give yourself more of an allocation, and yet it's still shite, people are very disappointed in that. And Kickpad very recently upset its entire community, and they have now changed things. So it's very, very important. These tier systems, you kind of know what you're getting, and that what you get justifies the investment into whatever tier you get into. So bronze up to 500 MFT, silver between 500 and 2,000, and gold over 2,000. So gold, 5k US, so 5k USD allocations. Let me have a look and see if we can see anything out of that. See, at the end of the day, it's not about, because it's said to have 5k USD allocations. Without looking into it, gold tier will be allocated 100,000. Okay, so if the total IDO raise is 200,000, then essentially gold tier will get 50% of it, which means they're going to have a massive lion's share of the allocation. Yeah, okay, so we need to check. So we check the amount of qualified gold tier holders and divide that number with the allocation of 100,000. If there are 20, remember, this is all dependent on the size of the community. Like, the reason why Kickpad were not able to offer better allocations is because the community got too big. There was no guidance. There was no tier system. There was no guidance as to who got what and how you could qualify for getting more. There was none of that. And now they have reimagined that system. So it rewards the hodlers, the stakers, and the people with big amounts of the token. So, again, it's all dependent on the size of the community. Like, if they have 200 in that community, then essentially that will whittle it down to 500 allocation. And if they have 2,000 in that community, okay, that's a little bit high, but then that will render it down to 50. So, again, it depends on the size of because a lot of people will have gotten this on this at IDO stage. But at this present time, to have 2,000... would be, let's put 2001 to qualify for gold. Gold. Oh, is that it? 15,000. That's cheap as chips, isn't it? That's cheap as chips, actually. Because if that was the case, and this is why I don't believe there's only going to be 20 people. And this is, again, on a premise that there's 100,000. Like, it could be 50,000. Like, the IDO may not give them the amount that this totals. It could give them a lot less. So it's all relative at the end of the day. I think this is like presenting almost a best case scenario without much data for what will be the case for the first or second IDOs in the future. But anyway, but having said that, 16,000 is actually pretty good, I think. If this is a guaranteed allocation. Oh, it's a lottery. It's a lottery again. So that's another reason why, you know, Kick annoyed people, because it was guaranteed. So it's a trade-off. You know, you may spend the 15,000, but you may also never actually get an allocation. Hey, Suppo, can you check out EPNS, that Ethereum push notification thing? Let me have a look and see how much it is. Not there. Push. 15 mil. It's very, very high relevance. Like, it's a 2-to-1 ratio, which is excellent. It's basically ensuring growth. It's ensuring the growth of it. Let's have a look over the last 14 days, because it's been out like a few days. Yeah, okay, so it's kept relatively stable in price-ish. Anyway, let's have a look at it, because I haven't looked at it yet. Let me also have a look at the same time. Look at this on... Oh, hold on, Polka Domain is on here. Let me just look at that first. Talk amongst yourselves, by the way. And I know now I'm going to be like flagging majorly behind the super chats, and I do not want to be in the position once again where I don't actually move on to the content I wanted to talk about. Okay. So let me just go back and look at Polka Domain. So they have got LinkPad, NGC, Spark and NGC. Wow, so NGC really saw, and they're a top tier. LinkPad aren't so bad. Who are LinkPad again? They are... They got Genesis Shard, Soul Starter. Some shit ones, actually. They're in this too, actually. LinkPad. Protocol for blockchain-based notifications that are platform agnostic. But why is it then called the Ethereum push notification if it's platform agnostic? Is it just literally Ethereum-based? Featured in all of these places. Doesn't really matter. The problem. Services expect users to repeatedly check their actions. Wallet addresses do not receive alerts from any Web3 activity. Disconnection leads to poor UX. So, is this... See, I don't know this but what I'm thinking is if this was a way in which a user, let's say Uniswap, right? So this is all... This is based on the Ethereum blockchain, DeFi apps, also gaming NFTs, blah, blah, blah. But let's say on Uniswap, if you set some kind of alert for, I don't know, let's say Convergence Finance, if that hits 6 cents, will it send you some kind of push notification to say you should do this? Because there is that disconnection in communication where you have to manually go to these things and just hope, blah, 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 blah. So if this is a way of automating that, then it could be interesting, actually. There could be some value in this. But I would have to check it. Wazir? This has just come out of nowhere, this Wazir. Zapify, Gitcoin, don't know them. Let me have a look and see who's in this then. So they've got LinkPad, Moonwhale, Sandeep from oh, it's here. Moonwhale, Bixin, LD Capital, Binance. Yeah, Binance. Okay. So it's a Binance project. So this has all the potential to be Binance listed eventually, I suppose. Like, it's not in my ideal price range. And again, I'd have to look into it. But they have got two high, I would say two in the top tier investors. Moon Whale, LD Capital's definitely. So it looks like it's got pretty good investors behind this. Looks good, actually. I'm going to have to look into this a little bit more, I should think. But thank you very much for bringing that to my attention. I saw in the Sell Frame group, Crypto Daily talked about Sell Frame. Did he really? Thoughts on price? Let me have a look. $3.93. Good price, I would say. Price was better earlier, $2.61. And if it goes down a little bit more, then you could probably sweep it up for under $3 again. Blah blah blog. Love your Udemy course. Happy to learn from you and excited to grow daily in crypto. Thank you for all you share. Thank you very much. Blah blah blog. I really appreciate that. Can you check Revamon under 500k market cap? I have looked at it already. Hey Suppo, can you? But thank you very much for your £2. Hey Suppo, can you check out Unique? I will. Do you and Suppo watch F1 this weekend? I didn't actually watch the full race. I watched the highlights in the end. But he is a huge F1 fan. But thank you very much, Lindsay, for the £5. Hey Suppo, please share your thoughts on the future of Holochain. I don't know enough about the future of Holochain. I thought that thing had died ages ago. What is your opinion on Elrond? They are starting 1 year long distribution snapshots. It's too high in market cap, Christian, in my personal opinion. I'm not interested in Elrond at all. It's flown too much already. Can you review... But thank you very much, Christian, for your £10. Aquamez, hey Suppo, can you review Waffle? Dex aggregator going parabolic. Is this the shit? I doubt it, because I've never heard of it. And I've heard of most things that do well. But you never know. I could be taken by surprise. 6.7 mil. It's on Binance, which is good. But I imagine that at the moment it's just kind of shot up. I don't know what the market. 15 million circulating supply. So that means 7.5 million. So it would put it around about 1-to-1 ratio. Let's have a look at Waffle. Let's have a quickie. A Dex aggregator. So it's still trying to be like 1 inch, I suppose. And I think something like this. I like the name, Waffle Aggregator. I like it and I don't like it. Kind of like for those foodie things, but I think it's kind of like potentially a shit. There's already lots of these. Like how many do we need that does the same thing essentially? This is more for speculation. I imagine all the money that's gone into this is pure speculation. Let me have a look and see if any venture capitalists have gone into this. Oh, I wouldn't mind a waffle right now. No, they haven't. What's your opinion on football club tokens? None, really. I think it's good for the ultimate adoption, but I would never invest in any of them. Superman, FMT silver and gold are guaranteed. Only bronze is the lottery. Ah, okay. Lisa Marie, the Launchpad queen, essentially, knows everything about launchpads. So thank you very much for the clarification. Right, okay, so now I think it is the time to talk about, to give you my pulse of wisdom, because I wasn't able to do this last time. Okay, so, Equalizer seems to have good backers. Yeah, it does. True. Right, okay, so hodling for 100x, okay? Now, hopefully this won't just cut out. It did cut out. Look at that. It happened. It happened! Right, okay, so, I have given you a lot of pearls of wisdom so far. All right, I have given you a lot about entry points and venture capitalists, who to look for, and also various criterias that you should probably be assessing any cryptocurrency investment you are making. But I want to concentrate particularly on one aspect of that today, which I don't personally believe I have done so yet. And I think it's going to give you an opportunity to ask yourself some existential questions about your investments. Because a lot of the reason why I believe I get people complaining at me is because of their why. Why did you invest in it? What was your reason for investing in it? All right, so before I get onto that, I just want to really summarize almost in full my strategy, and the strategy that has enabled me in my personal endeavor to achieve 700,000% on my initial $1,000 investment. Okay, so you have seen some of these before, all right, but I just want to essentially bring it all in one place for neatness. Okay, so number one, time equals value. And so if you get into something at a very, very low price, essentially, one of the best ways of testing the value of a cryptocurrency is time, okay? Because it's not all about the time you invest, that should be the time a cryptocurrency goes up. If that is what you are thinking, you are seriously deluded, because that is not how it works. Yes, it's a bull market. Yes, there are great projects out there. Yes, you may invest in something which one day had a hell of a lot of liquidity and maybe 2x in value, and then all of a sudden that liquidity dropped off the face of the earth and the value went down lower than you bought it for. And that is a fact of life. That is what happens. If you've been in cryptocurrency 4 years, you will be only too versed in dips. There are sometimes very severe dips, and the ones that have happened, I would say, in this month has been what I would call a severe dip, right? So despite it being altcoin season, you know, it's kind of like on a holistic basis. It's really, altcoin season is measured really on the top cryptocurrencies outperforming Bitcoin, but not all cryptocurrencies outperforming Bitcoin. So altcoin season being at 96 does not mean everything should be 3xing and sprinting out of the gates like Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt, that's a good one. But time is the best showcase of the value a cryptocurrency has, because over time they essentially satisfy roadmap milestones. They release new products. Something that I'm seeing a lot, like when a cryptocurrency's done it all already. You know, let's say they're a DEX. Let's say they do domains. Let's say, you know, they do automated workflows. Something that lot of cryptocurrencies have done recently is just add a launch pad. And that launch pad, you know, PlayCenter have done it. Plasma Pay have done it. Quite a few cryptocurrencies recently, like Suppoman, have done it. They just launch a launch pad, right? And that makes the price go astronomically because it's a new utility and use case for the token, right? Partnerships. Over the course of time, partnerships occur. When you get involved in a new cryptocurrency, typically they may have some partnerships. Typically, if they are well VC backed, they have made some good partnerships. But over the course of time, they make better partnerships. Not just cryptocurrency partnerships, but also businesses. Let's say PayPal or, you know, something in their niche. So, for instance, if they are, I don't know, tickets, you know, the sale of tickets or something, crypto tickets, then they may partner with Ticketmaster or one of those big businesses, online businesses. So that is what you're looking for over the course of time. You know, roadmap items, new products added, partnerships, listings on either decentralized exchanges. Like, for instance, look at Ecomi recently, like big hoo-ha about listing on Uniswap. Like, anybody can list on Uniswap. Don't know why they made a big hoo-ha about it, but like listing on Binance, listing on Coinbase, listing on Gate, MXC, and all of those various, you know, centralized exchanges, which gives more liquidity and has more liquidity pumping into that cryptocurrency. And over the course of time, of course, usage. The more time a cryptocurrency is out, the more you actually get a chance to use the platform or use the token, right? And so over the course of time, time equals value because of all of these things that go into time. You know, all of these various activities which make the price spike up over time. All right, time equals value. The less time you give it, the less value you give the chance you give that crypto a chance to release. All right, so time equals value. It's very, very important. I know this, having invested in some of my cryptocurrencies that have 100x. Some have done it in 6 months. Some have taken 2.5 years. But it does happen because time equals value. All right. And if you struggle thinking about how this does that, just think of 2 exchanges that I brought to you at the earliest possible opportunity. If Binance Coin has now gone over $600, I brought that to you at 70 cents. BitMax has now, has gone up to $3. It's come down a little bit. But I brought you that at 1 cent, right? And these are ones that over the course of 3-4 years have taken its time to appreciate and value. But if you expected Binance to go from 70 cents to $600 in one bull market, then you're done. Time equals value, and you've got to allow a cryptocurrency to appreciate over time. Like, if you expect something to go up in a week, 2x, 3x, you're just deluded. All right? And I'm just giving you this reality check because, you know, you are hindering your chances. If you give something so little time to appreciate and actually give you gains, then you are going to be forever chasing your tail. You're going to be forever buying high, selling low, going into the next cryptocurrency thinking you're getting into the next one, buying high, selling low. And it'll just be a perpetual cycle because you're attracting it. So anyway, carrying on. Number 2, always bulletproof entry. I have made a big point of this. A lot of people say, oh, is this coin good to get in? Is this coin good to get in? And mentions the really good coins, VC backed, great value propositions, great teams. Are they good? Yeah, of course they're good. It's not about, is this a good it's not a good cryptocurrency. The question is it a good price? Okay, so if you get into polkadot now, yeah, over the course of time, you may make a 10x or something, but you are not going to make 100x's or 500x's or anything like that. You need to get involved in something at its earliest stage. And that is how you truly make money in cryptocurrency. I do see a lot of YouTubers, and this is just what they do, and it's a safe strategy, that they just talk about cryptocurrencies that are already out there. Polkadot, Link, like most of them talk about Link. You know, the time to talk about Link was before. Like I have twice. You talk about Link before and that's it. You don't bring up Link all the time. Like Chainlink 2.0, the ship has sailed for that. Like, so I concentrate on cryptocurrencies extremely low that you can make really good profits on ultimately. I don't care about a 20x or a 10x over 2 years. I don't care about that. What I want is to invest in something, hold it for a few years, and 100x it. Now, a few years maximum. Not really much more than that. So, bulletproof entry involves either getting it at an all-time low, which a lot of the cryptocurrencies that have come out recently have hit like an all-time low since its launch. Like expecting it to hit its IDO price is in most cases unrealistic. But expecting it to hit an all-time low that completely wipes out the gains that have been made over the last few weeks that have been trading, that's the time to get in, or the 61% retracement using the Fibonacci. So anyway, so I've covered bulletproof entry before. This is stuff you already know. It should have 1 top tier, 3 mid tier VCs. Have a what the hell's MM? I don't know what MM is. But anyway, it should have it should be a current or future narrative, and it should solve a felt pain. Okay, so a pain you personally either see people suffering from or you suffer from. Let's say you've sent an Ethereum to the wrong address before. You suffered from that. So you would like something like ETHBox. Let's say you've had cryptocurrency stolen from you. So you would like something like Tidal. Let's say you're really interested in the tokenization of, you know, securities in the real world, like property, etc. Then you'll like something like Convergence. If you want a decentralized exchange, you'll like something like, I don't know, ZDEX or something. But you should experience, or at least have some experience of seeing that pain, because then it communicates with you and you're like, well, if this is a pain that no one is solving, I want to be invested in the thing that solves that pain. And that has been something that I constantly have done to great success. So Ethos was one of my best ever in fact, it is still probably either one or two best ever investment, because I saw that it solved a pain that Coinbase was providing the whole market, and I thought this was a Coinbase killer, and it therefore achieved humongous gains because it solved an actual pain. A way to be like one of the best questions I've ever seen answered on Quora, which is a place where you crowdsource answers to your question, basically. Somebody said once, what is the easiest way to become a millionaire? Like, they don't want to do all the hard work and stuff. They're just like, they want to be a millionaire. Bam, just like that. What's the easiest way to be a millionaire? And the best voted answer was, solve 1 million people's problems and charge them $1 for it. There we are. You have to solve a problem to make a profit. You have to solve a problem to be valuable, right? And because Ethos solved many people's problems, people put more than $1 in it, and therefore it made a 320x. So you have to invest in something that actually solves a pain, not something that says it solves a pain, like something that's like, oh, cargo X or something. Oh, bill of lading. Like, these aren't properly filled out. This is a big, cost in the whole, supply chain industry. Do you know that? Do you know definitively there is a problem? And do you know this is something that's easily adoptable as an alternative or a solution to that pain? Do you know that? If you don't get involved. You must understand it, you must have felt it, and you should be able to communicate it to the person next door so that they're like, oh yeah, I agree with you. Rather than, bill of lading, I have no experience of that, I wouldn't know, I'll take your word for it. No, there has to be a solvable, relatable pain to you. And now it takes me to the one area of hodling for 100x that is, in my opinion, the most important. Okay, and that is this: personal interest and connection. Okay, now why is this of huge importance? Well, because when I talk about cryptocurrencies and when I get very excited about cryptocurrencies, I tend to share that with you. I tend to share to you that I really like, let's say, Labs Group, Convergence, Ethos, Bitmax, LTO, all these ones of the past that I have brought to you, brought many to you, VeChain, Nano, and many hundreds of cryptos that have gone on to do extremely well. And why have they done well? Well, the reason why I have benefited from it doing well is because I had a personal interest and connection with it. I felt the pain they were looking to solve, or I want them to bring the solution that is not being fulfilled by anybody else out there. So Convergence Finance, for me, is an easy hold. Like, fine. I got it at Bulletproof Entry. If I bought it today, 10 cents, and it went down to 7 cents tomorrow, I wouldn't care, right? In fact, what I would do is point number 5. But what I wouldn't care, right, if it went down, because I've got a personal interest in it. I've got a connection with it. It's something I personally want to do well and enjoy being part of the journey. And if it's not doing well, I get excited because I can buy more. But I don't think to myself, I want to get rid of it. The cryptocurrencies I've wanted to get rid of are ones I do not have a personal interest or connection with and don't care about, right? So when a lot of people put their super chats to me and they say, oh, Suppoman, what do you think of this? And I basically just destroy it completely, right? I just completely ruin it. And the reason why is because I don't like it, right? And I don't see the point of it. And I don't see the point of the token. I don't see the point of blockchain at all in that industry or whatever. And so I will say, shit, no point, crap, whatever, right? It's not got any credibility or it's not legit or whatever, right? But I will tear it apart because I don't care about it. And so if I was to, let's say, as an example, if somebody was to say to me, oh, this cryptocurrency is only 3 million market cap, and I look at it and I think, okay, it's a very low price right now. I don't give a crap about what it is, but I like the price. And I invest in it, then when that cryptocurrency goes down, all I look at is the price. And that means that I concentrate only on the price, which means if it goes down, that is my only connection with it, it's price. If it goes down, I'm upset because I have no connection with the value proposition, no connection with what they're trying to solve. I don't care. I couldn't give a toss if the team are whatever. If they're anonymous or if they're public or whatever. I don't care about anything. All I care about is the price. And that means when the price goes down, I get upset. So therefore, I don't invest in those types of coins because I don't want to be upset. I am personally attracted to coins that are fulfilling a niche I want to see fulfilled. So for instance, Convergence Finance. I think Convergence Finance, in my personal opinion, is the best cryptocurrency out there that you could trade right now for the value that it is and for what the value is going to be in the future. Now, I don't care if that now goes down to 4 cents. Because what I will do is I will accumulate it because I personally believe in it. I want to see it succeed. And price is not the only thing I'm interested in. I want it to succeed. So therefore, I stick with it and I will not sell it because I am patient to see value, to see time do its thing on the value. To see time bring up its value. Because that's all you need. But if you have a personal interest and connection with that cryptocurrency, then you are happy for time to do its thing to the value. So I want to ask you right now, if you were to look through your portfolio, what percentage of those cryptocurrencies do you personally have an interest in versus what you just want to see go up in price? That will give you an indication of whether you can hold and to what extent you can hold that portfolio. I can hold the coins I think are going to go to 100x, and I have held the coins that have gone to 100x because I had a personal interest and relationship with what they were looking to solve, and that allowed me to hold. And this is one of the most important things you can concentrate on and that you must consider when you are investing. If you don't have a personal interest, all you will look at is the price, which means that on dip days, you're going to get angry, you're going to get upset, you're going to be frustrated. Okay, so I am on a kind of deeper level connected with the coins that I'm invested in. Like, it doesn't make me unhappy if they go down. What makes me unhappy is if for all of a sudden they went bust. But this is why I go into VC cryptocurrencies, because they are unlikely to go bust. So anyway, yes, so this is a really important. So honestly, analyze your holdings and see what do you like versus what did Suppoman like and I didn't care about, right? I just liked it because Suppoman talked about it, but I don't care about it, I don't like it, because that you are the type of people then that will get annoyed when the price goes down because that's all you're looking at and all you're concentrating on. You don't care about roadmap items. You don't care about adoption. You don't care about anything in the future. You just care about price, and that is a bad thing, and that is what I don't like. So a lot of people, when they've complained in the past, oh, Superman, why'd you put your slam dunk picks in a course? The reason why is because when people take a course, I know they have taken all the information that I have spoken about. They're not just seeing the name and they're like, oh, Superman said this, so I'm going to buy it. No, right? They actually are taken through what I believe to be the slam dunk qualities and why I think this can 100x. And that's why I like to take people through courses, because I want to vet them and make sure that the people getting in are people I can trust, that they are personally interested in it and they see the value of it, versus people that just want to get into something because I've talked about it. Now, if you want to watch me and buy coins just because I like them or because I'm talking about them, that's fine. That's up to you. But don't then come to me later and complain, because I have no sympathy. I only have sympathy for the people that got in for the right reasons and may feel let down. But as far as I'm concerned, with a lot of the cryptocurrencies I've invested in, that is not the case. A lot of them are new and haven't had the chance really to deliver the value. So yeah, anyway, so this is very, very important, And if you are watching me and you're a big fan of me, please don't invest in something because I say it. Don't invest in Convergence because I say it's going to be big and all that. You invest in it because you personally see the value and you like it. Because that's the only way you're going to really win in cryptocurrency. That's the only way you're going to hold. Because cryptocurrencies come out every day, and it's like every day is a new toy box. It's like a new blind box. It's like, I unpack this, like today's cryptocurrencies. There's this, there's this, there's this, there's this, there's this polkadot project. There's that paid network project. There's this, there's all these really juicy ones, you know, and they distract you from what the prize is ultimately, because people who only look at price will look for the next best thing. And then they'll drop something while it's low, get into something else while it's high, and then that will go low, and that's when they'll sell it. It's a self-perpetuating negative cycle. Getting it for the right reasons, that's how you make 100x's. That's how I was able to hold Bitmax to 300x and others. And then lastly, if it goes on or below OTE, if you've got a personal interest in connection, then you will want to accumulate more. You will find that when the price goes down, it's more a feeling of excitement and happiness and opportunity than a feeling of disappointment, anger, frustration, right? If whenever I see a top cryptocurrency, like for instance, Tidal Finance today has gotten to 1.3 cents, that in my opinion is opportunity. I want to jump on that, I want to get that, and I'm disappointed if I don't get that, if I don't get the optimal price. But I'm not disappointed that it's gone down. I'm disappointed if I don't get it at the best price, right? Once it's gone down. And then once you've got that, just hodl. Okay, once you've got your position, once it then starts going up, you just hodl at that point. You know, you may not have been happy getting it at the price you did. So when it goes down, you get it, you get that price. And OT means optimal trade entry. Okay, which is again, bulletproof price and all-time low and 61% retracement. So anyway, yes. So applying all of those will essentially enable you to get the 100x's, because this is the exact formula that worked for me. All of this in combination has worked for me for Matic, Linear, Ethos, Binance, Bitmax, if I haven't said that yet, and there was one more, Phantom. Okay, and there's more. There will be more as well. So anyway, yes, so there we are, people. So I hope that has made you feel a sense of, well, I hope it's given you a sense of confidence, I guess, when it comes to making your investments in future. So, while I've been ranting and stuff, let me have a look and see what questions you've got. They are not loading up on my thingy-majiggy, so let me just... Thank you very much, Lisa. Pay attention, peeps. Great stream. That's why super... Wow, $50, Lisa. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Super. How fine will survive downtrend of NFT? NFT is not on a downtrend. It's just not on a hype phase. So what was happening with NFTs is basically any NFT was going up during the point of NFT season. Every NFT, didn't really matter who it was, what it was, they were going up. But there were ones that were better than others. Now, refinable, I don't see refinable being something to just, you know, take advantage of the trend. You know, refinable is a high quality platform that's designed to last. So again, because I'm fundamentally interested on a personal level, I don't care if that came out and then went back to its IDO price, which is never going to happen. But if it did, I would just buy more. I would buy more and I'll just hodl it until it hits the price that I believe it can. Everybody's saying, I've had two now saying uniquely. So let me have a look. How long has this been out? How long has this shiz been out? It's been out since yesterday. Let's have a look and see what it is. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll read it again. This is gold. Pay attention, peeps. Great stream, Super. That's why I super chat this. I see the value in it. Bulletproof entry is the pin message in my mind, paired with there will always be another train. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. I am very, very shrewd in cryptocurrency to the extent that and I was perfectly prepared for this as well. If Convergence Finance had come out to 100 million as a value, I'd have left it. I wouldn't have touched it. I would have been, that's it, done for me. Same as Labs Group. If that had gone from 4 cents to 9 cents to 12 cents to 15 to 20 to 25 to 30 to $1, never would have got on that trade, right? I get in it either at the lowest or I don't get in at all. Simple as that. You've got to be shrewd. You've got to get in at a bulletproof entry. Now, it's not always, when I say bulletproof, it doesn't mean it's never going to happen. It's never going to hit that price again. It could hit that price again. But it's the prospect of it hitting that price is low unless there is something bad happening in the market, like a dip. You know, Tidal Finance should never really have come down below 1.8 cents, but it has, and a great opportunity. But that's a very, very good price compared to prices it has been, like 4 or 5 cents. So you want to be getting in more towards the 1.8 because the downside is much lower. Like if you get in at 4 or 5 cents, then you've got a heavy downside. Like basically you lose 4/5 of the value. But if you get in at 1.8 cents, then you lose like 30%. Not a lot. Right? Not a lot. In fact, probably not even that. Like 20% or something. But if you get into something too high, then it means that the potential for losses is greater. So get in as low as you can. It means that if it goes lower, it's not going to be super low. Have you heard of Jig Stack? I have heard of people have said it to me multiple times. Right, so uniquely, the first bridge between NFT and physical products, first marketplace and escrow that allows you to create and trade NFT tokens with the possibility of materializing them in the real world. Okay, so what does this even mean? Right. Who did this? Is this by them? I'm hoping this is actually by them. If it's by a YouTuber, then it's shite. Oh no, it's not. It's actually by them. Good. Right, okay. Our business model was born in response to a real market need. There's no bridge between the world of virtual. Okay, I get it. Right, okay. So this is basically not fully digital non-fungible tokens. This is a way of having physical items being non-fungible tokens. Like there's a bridge that connects physicality with a non-fungible token. Which is interesting, actually. An interesting concept. And makes me kind of think to myself, why hasn't it been done before then? So let me just have a quickie look at the market cap, because it's not on thingy majiggy. Okay, circulating. 2.1 mil. So what's that? 8 mil then? 9 mil. Oops. 8 mil. 8.8 mil. Okay, that's not that bad, is it? It seems like it's unique. It's around about 3-to-1 ratio, which is excellent. 3.5 maybe to 1 ratio, which is pretty good. It came out to 5. Currently 422. Its all-time low is 276, which was yesterday. So I'd probably, for something like this, which is not a powerhouse in my opinion, for something like this, I would probably wait for this to go to, if it's 2.1 mil, I would probably wait for this to go to about $2. Probably never happen, but I would class $2 as a bulletproof entry. 422 is too close to its all-time high. What is the point? I either get on that train or I miss it, and it's simple as that. But I kind of see the value in putting a value to a physical item, because then that opens up the possibilities. But I need to look into what this means, because essentially it's a little bit like paintings. Paintings at the moment in NFT world is digital paintings, you know, and what about physical paintings? So as far as the marketplace is concerned, I think it's basically got this escrow that enables for, like I was saying with Polkadot, for people to be able to transact safely despite the delivery of physical items. So it does seem interesting in that respect. Hey Suppo, I want my first allocation for Blockbank AI on paid. Private sale, 2,000 USD. Is it worth it? Also VC backed. Can you have a look? Let me have a look and see what other super chats I've got. Hopefully not too many. You know, when I'm doing my presentations and stuff, really try not to send me a super chat during that time because it may never come back. Okay, Blockbank. And does Uniquely, let me just, before I do that, let me just see, does Uniquely actually have any VCs? If they do, it means that at a venture capitalist level, which is a relatively high level, that there is belief in this system. And it doesn't look like there is any, certainly not from the Whale app. Let me just have a look and just make sure here. No, they've just got press. And they don't seem to have any partners. Yeah, so, Make t-shirts. That's cool. It's cool. Cool. You're cool. Right, okay. So, what was it? Blockbank. Dum 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 dum. Blockbank.ai or something, wasn't it? Your intelligent advisor. There's something like this very similar already. What was it? Robo Advisor. Came out around about the same time as Economy. Can't remember. Investors and partners. Kairos, Gains, Moon Whale, Ferrum. You see, and I'm going to be honest, okay? Because I'm a venture capitalist myself, right? So, as a venture capitalist, I can sometimes make the differentiation between a VC getting into a cryptocurrency because they just want quick gains, and a VC wanting to get into something because they actually want to be part of the early stage process of something that's going to be massive. So like Hashgraph, for instance, and Polkadot, and ones that have ended up being enormous, gargantuan Goliaths in cryptocurrency, have had VCs in them all the way through. And a lot of these other ones, they just kind of get dumped at the quickest possible opportunity because it's like almost an instant 100x in some cases. Now, Blockbank does look very, very similar to one that is out already, which I can't remember. But I am not... I don't know. Could be interesting. Have you heard of an X? It just came out. It's Yearn Classic Finance. Got 28 bill for $65. Interesting. I've not heard of an X. Super, you missed my super chat. PSY thoughts, please. PSY. Whoopa Gangnam Star. Gangnam Star. Is that this one? Psychic. It looks like one of those wanky tip basket ones. Yeah, not interested in these dumbass farming things. They're just stupid. Unless it's on here. Let me have a look. PSY. Oops. Oh yeah, Psychic. Nah, shit. Why you still only got 13k subscribers? Because my channel got deleted. Which in my personal opinion is the best thing that ever kind of happened to me, I think. Because on a personal level, I wasn't really happy with the history of my previous channel. Like, I kind of felt like that history of everything that had gone before, which I personally didn't like watching. You know, when I used to watch my 2018, 2019 videos, I mean, I hated them. I hated them, and they were always there, you know, lingering. And when my channel got banned, it essentially removed all of that crap in the past, enabling me to, you know, just do things better this time, you know. So I personally am happy it happened, and I'm happy that I've got a smaller, more engaged, intimate audience than I had before, which was just, I don't know, people from the past that didn't really care a great deal. Ixian, custom built DAG, upgrade soon. Pirate Messenger and video. They don't really do very well. Surf Tao. Dear Father Suppo, check out Revolution Populi. Doesn't sound great, but... Oh, CoinGecko. Okay, let me check this out then. That's not bad volume. Let's check it out. Layer 1 testnet, Revolution Populi. The blockchain database for the internet. Okay. Yale, the guy who created this, and then this guy who was at Goldman Sachs. Nothing major in cryptocurrency, and then this guy who's, I don't know what he is. Is he an advisor? I don't really get it. Your data is a vital natural resource. What's that even mean? Our ambition is to return digital sovereignty back to the people. Decentralized blockchain, yada yada yada. To me, it sounds nothing different to other things that we've seen. You know, what's the uniqueness here? What's the thought of Cargo X? It's crap. Let me see if I can find any earlier. Jigstack. Let me have a look at Jigstack then. It's got to be one of the last things I look at, I think, because I don't want to be on here too long. Right. Jigstack whitelisting. This rings a bell. I feel like I've seen this before. And it makes 0 sense. Ethereum has reached Bloomberg, Grayscale, yada yada yada. Jigstack is a decentralized autonomous organizer, DAO, governing a portfolio of Ethereum network assets and protocols. So it just seems like a DAO on demand. Yeah, it's a DAO on demand. It's basically like a Dora Factory, etc. Let's see how Dora Factory is doing. Okay, I'm surprised this is still doing so well, to be fair. 44 million market cap, and it's nearly 1.3 to 1 ratio, which is pretty good. Yeah, so similar to that, I suppose. There is a bit of... Let me just have a look. Jigstack. Hey, this jig's got a passport. Where you going, jig? It's not got any venture capitalists. Thanks for your vids. I just got a big bag of LXI cash. Right, let me just have a look at this LXI cash. Does not appear to be here. It's just Elxis. Unless it's IXI. Which doesn't like it is. So I don't really know. What do you mean? Do you want a new girlfriend? Oh, come on. It won't let me go up any further, I'm afraid. So I can't see if there were any super chats beforehand. So are there any more? Any more suggestions? In the meantime... Oh, another one. Lindsay, thank you very much. 700 watchers. Only 290 likes. Guys, if you could... If you really enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of these learning videos, then please do smash a like. I really, really appreciate it if you could do that. There is something which actually I said I was going to cover in the last video and I didn't actually cover it yet. And that is this, Rye Finance. Now this looks super hot. However, I can't get decent circulating supply metrics on this. Now, Rye Finance is actually on the Polkadot DeFi Alliance. Now, when you're in the Polkadot DeFi Alliance, essentially you have almost a channel of communication with Polkadot, right? A lot of the best projects on the Polkadot ecosystem are in the Polkadot DeFi Alliance. And there was always one I could never put my hand on. So Tidal, Polka actually, I wasn't aware they were here. Fala Network, Deeper Network, Plasm, Moonbeam, Reef. And then I always saw this and I always wondered, what the hell is this? So this is Rye Finance, okay? So when you are part of the Alliance, not only have you got almost a direct channel of communication with Polkadot, but also you are in almost pole position for a parachain. Okay, so the best projects are amongst the likely first parachain granted projects. And Rye Finance is one of them. So what is Rye? Etherscan.io. I don't know why it's showing me that. Let me look at it on here, because I imagine they will have the proper website here on CoinGecko. So Rye Finance looks like something that could be a potential powerhouse. They seem to have quite a few arms to this. I don't know if they are fully putting what they will be offering, but essentially they are going to have a Polkadot DEX, a Polkadot based DEX, so I suppose a competitor to PolkaSwap, and an IDO platform. Okay, so this is going to, so it's a liquidity protocol, a lot like, Uniswap essentially, and a lot like Konami and all of these, where essentially it provides a method of providing liquidity for a particular cryptocurrency, enabling it to be traded, and essentially replicate the order book thing that's normally on a centralized exchange. So this is a liquidity-based protocol for projects. So they will have a DEX, but they are also going to have an IDO platform on this. And considering their credentials, I think this is going to go pretty high. But I am personally not at all happy about entering at this point. So I'm not getting in this. Because what I have heard is that the circulating supply is 250 million. So a quarter of the current total supply. So if we just put times 432 million. So forget it. Absolutely no way am I getting in this. So I said I would cover it. It's got NGC. I don't know if that is the actual metrics of it. But I'm not personally buying it if it is that. Otherwise, it would look like a very good cryptocurrency. Let's just have a quick look at some of the normal chats. Doesn't always have to be super chats. So if you buying fine on PancakeSwap, depends. And if it goes down below the... If I want to accumulate more. Super, can you have a look at Bless? Okay, let me just have a quick look at some of the prices of things that I am eyeing up. Now, blind boxes, I would get under 3... Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. 13 mil market cap, people. That, I think, is an all-time low. In fact, the all-time low was 7 hours ago, 180. Wow. Okay, Tidal. $1.8 is an ideal price for this. It's gone to 2 cents. Okay, so it's outside of that. But this had gone down to... Oh, it was 1.6. I thought it was 1.3 cents that this went down to. Let's have a look at Convergence. I'm telling you, if Convergence ever goes down to the price, the entry price I got in, if it ever goes down to 6 cents... or lower, I am not going to be here bitching and whining like a noob. Essentially, I will, I think, liquidate a few positions to get into this. Because I am as bullish on this as you can... This is the most exciting project around at the moment, in my opinion. You don't have to share that opinion. I don't want you necessarily to have the same opinion as me, because that would make a very boring world. And something that we have definitely got to do is just be embracing of other people's approaches and personalities and opinions. Because that's how we learn in this world. But this one is, in my opinion, one of the best out there right now. So if this goes down to 6 cents, I would liquidate a number of positions to buy this up. And I would be a whale in this. Suppo, what do you think? Would you buy Occamfi? No, I wouldn't buy it, personally, at this price level. I would wait and see if I could get it under $10, personally. I won't buy it at this price. I bought some at 8. I wasn't taking a full position, because I thought a dip might come. And it has come, but it hasn't taken it down. So I wouldn't buy, personally... Wouldn't take a whole position, but maybe dollar cost averaging. I won't dollar cost average at this price, even though it's under 50 million. Wow. Labs Group's gone up nice. Yeah, I looked at Idle. It's junk. Well, it's not junk, but it's not great. Don't you think there's anything else? Let me have a look at UDT. The one I never really look at, even though it's like one of my best ever shouts. Oh wow, 1,000, and it's still kind of 10x nearly. 20 more happy. Happy's a great. I think happy's at a great price. Hey Super, can you take a look at Yaxis Yak? Y-axis. 10 to 1. That's not very good. Yield aggregator. Probably could do well in DeFi season. looks like a good interface. I like the interface. Quite like that. Quite like it. I doubt it's going to have any venture capitalists, but you never know. Yaxis. No, it doesn't. But it is a DeFi yield aggregator, so it tries to find you the best returns. I like the interface. Interfaces mean a lot to me. Names and interfaces mean almost as much to me as the actual product and value proposition. Like, for me, it has to be an all-encompassing entity. Like, if it has everything, then I just go in for it. If it's got the name, if it's got a great-looking MVP, something that I would personally want to use, and it has all the qualities I mentioned earlier, then it will be a no-brainer for me. What is wrong with 430 mil? Well, everything. You can't make 100x from 430 mil unless you are in the next, chain link or something, which I doubt. Your thoughts on Solarians? Don't know. I think anything coming out of Solana could do very well. Convergence team, go on LinkedIn, you'll find them. Okay, I think that's it. Just wanted to say thank you for the education. I got my fave project, polkadot, at the best price, which was today. Oh yeah, I wanted to have a look at ETHBox, actually. Let me have a look at ETHBox. So ETHBox's lowest price was about 35 cents. Okay. So it's near that now, 39. It has basically retraced all gains made. And this went to, what, 70? Was it? Oh, 90. 89. Look at that. It spiked. I missed it. And now it's gone down. So, if I don't get it, then more fool me. Essentially. I think that's a good price. Essentially a good DCA price. Polka Locker. Yeah, 76 cents. So this is way lower than I got in at. And I'm not moaning because I just see it as an opportunity to gain more. And anyway, what I initially bought was not my final position. It was just to have a position. And 8pay just deserves to do so much better than this. Like, I'm surprised how well it's still doing. But I think this is, this is a good outlier. It's not necessarily got the VCs and things like that, but it is very, very exciting. Right, people, I think that is it for today's episode. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you a lot of pearls of wisdom that you can now apply and use to take advantage of the bull market. Because as far as I'm concerned, despite this dip, I think this is just a mouth-watering opportunity to get into cryptocurrencies that maybe you've missed out or wanted to get in on. If you're patient, you find the dips. And if you're patient, you will make the 100 exits. Like, patience is like almost the number one key aspect in cryptocurrency. Patience. If you've got patience, then time will equal value. If you don't have patience, then time will equal losses, essentially. So patience is just such an important quality to have. And believe me, if you have it, then you'll be able to get cryptocurrencies at bulletproof prices, and you'll be able to make the seismic gains from them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope that it gave you some good analysis. And I want to also just say to you that not every coin I like or talk about favourably, I invest in. Like, if you look at the Suppo's top DeFi plays and everything, I'm not in all of them. I can like them and not be invested in them. Investing, in my personal opinion, is when I'm really super interested and really see the potential. I'm not in everything. You can't be in everything. I prefer to take big positions on fewer cryptocurrencies than lots of little positions on many cryptocurrencies. But what I like to do on this channel is at least to bring exposure to something. And I will say if I like something, even if I won't necessarily invest in it, I'll say if I like it purely on what they're trying to accomplish, and I see the value in that. And I see what they're trying to do. And I would typically crap on projects that I think are a waste of space. So if they're good but I don't invest in it, I still will be very favourable about it. And if it's crap and I tend to talk really, really badly about it, it's because I don't even know why they're here. Like, just bugger off, essentially. Anyway, people, hope you enjoyed today's episode. I love you all, and I hope that you're back next time. It is lights out.